just going to move this. Good morning, everyone. I'm Janet Montes Diaz. I'll be leading Sunday meditation this morning. I'd like to welcome all of you that are here, especially those that are here for the first time. And it's nice to see some faces on Zoom. I'm here with Lama Namgyal Dorje, which is one of the founders of Down Mountain. And I will be leading Sunday meditation. First of all, I'd like you to know that we're passing around a book of names. You can give it wherever you like. We're passing about a book of names. We call it the Book of Names, and we'd like to put the names of people we would like to dedicate the merit of everything that we, all the good positive merits that we accumulate by doing this practice today. We want to send it out to others, and this is an important characteristic of Tibetan Buddhism, that everything we do for the benefit of not just ourselves but others. So we always dedicate the practice to anyone that is in need at this time. It could include animals, pets, any living beings, world situations that are in need of prayers. And if you're on Zoom, you can put it into the chat and we will read it later on. So I'd like to start off, we always start off with what we call aspirations. And just before we start, just so you know what we're going to do, we're going to start with aspirations, and then we are going to do a 20-minute, more or less, practice where we practice to develop our attention and our ease. We will have a short talk of about 5 to 10 minutes, and I will read a chapter from a book that we are reading right now and discuss it. We will then have closing meditation session, about 10 minutes, and then we will read the Book of Names to dedicate, yes. You can pass it over to her. Okay, so after that, then we do our dedication and our practice, and then we will have time to just be together and socialize. So why do we do our aspirations? As I said before, everything we do in Tibetan Buddhism is for the benefit of ourselves and others, always with others in mind. So we, in order to orient ourselves to this aspiration, we say the following, and it's on the group practice prayer. May all beings always have happiness and its causes. May all beings always be free of pain and its causes. May all beings always be pain-free and live happily. May no beings ever cling to those near nor spurn those far. For as long as space abides, as long as the world remains, just so long may I be there, resolving all beings' pain. So I'd like to explain the practice we're going to do. This practice is composed of two different practices in one. The first practice will be to develop our attention, develop our ease, get rid of whatever is bothering us right now, and just be in the present moment. The second practice is a practice that was given to us by one of our guiding teachers, which is Atsum Pelo Rinpoche, which is highly realized Dzogchen master who lives in Tibet. And he gave us a practice of chanting a sacred syllable, and later on I'll explain it. Um, so the purpose of the practice is, once again, to aspire to benefit ourselves and others, get rid of what's holding us back, and then to just develop our attention and to be at ease, learn to just be at ease in our body and in our mind. So how do we do this? We start off with what we call the 3 pillars. And I'd like you to just concentrate on the following for a few minutes. Feel the contact of your seat on the cushion or chair that you're sitting on. And feel that this support is coming from the very center of the earth. We are being supported from the earth itself. And this helps us to just be at ease, to relax, knowing that we have this support. Now, I'd like you to notice that we also depend on another support, the skeletal structure, our spine, and all the parts of the skeleton that help to support us. Just feel that you are being supported by this structure, by the spine, the shoulder blades, and feel that by having this support, you can now relax all your muscles. Just relax your muscles. And it's good to slightly open your mouth just a little bit. This helps to relax all the muscles on your neck, and your face. Just be relaxed in that support. Another support that we have is what we call the central channel. We have within us a flow of energy that flows through this invisible central channel that is within us, going up our spine. And this central channel actually begins in a center of energy that is right below our belly button, in our belly area, 3 finger width below our navel, 3 finger widths deep. We call this in Tibetan the Do. From here, energy will flow through the central channel and go all the way up to the top of your head. So just be with this just for a minute. Feel the support of the cushion, your skeletal structure. Keep the spine straight but in a relaxed way. Relax all your muscles. And just visualize that central channel within you. Now, I want you to pay attention to your breath. Feel how the breath goes in and out, in through the nostrils, go down. You can kind of visualize it going down to the dough area, your belly, and just visualize it then. As you inhale, it will go down. As you exhale, it goes up. It goes through the central channel, it goes out. It could go even out to the top of your head. We're going to visualize our breath. This will help us to relax and to develop our attention. As you do this, you're going to realize that thoughts are going to arise, and this is only natural. Do not be upset if you've noticed thoughts arising. All you have to do is just not pay attention to that thought anymore. Let it dissipate. You can say to yourself, thinking. Just let the thought naturally dissipate and go back to the breath. You may find that you have to do this many times, and it's not anything to to be worried about. It's just part of developing our attention. Every time we notice that we're caught in thought, just let it go. Go back to the breath. So we're going to do this just for a few minutes. Breathe in, breathe out. Now, I'm going to introduce the Hung practice. Hung is a sacred syllable in Tibetan Buddhism. It represents awakened mind. We're just going to chant it just to feel the vibrations as it goes through our body. So I'd like everyone to just chant it out loud, at each person at their own pace, just for a few minutes. We chant Hung, Hung. And just feel how that vibration goes through your body and goes through your mind. And we'll chant it until I ring the bell. Okay, now let's go back. Just feel for a minute, feel how you feel after chanting home. How does your body feel? How does your mind feel? And let's go back to observing our breath. Observe the breath. And you can also try just slightly opening your eyes. And we like to keep our eyes open in our tradition because it helps us to develop our attention. And during the day, you can have that attention even with your eyes open as you go around doing your tasks, your daily tasks. So just observe the breath. If a thought arrives, let it go. Just let it dissipate very slowly. Go back to the breath. Now let us chant Hum one more time, just for a few minutes. And the people that are on Zoom can unmute if you like, so we can all chant together. Now go back to the breath one more time. Feel the breath as it goes down, as it goes up to the top of the head. So the practice we just did is a practice all of us can do on our own, and it's really good if you can practice on a daily basis. If you're new to meditation, it's good to start with short intervals. You can do like 2 minutes of practice, then relax for a minute, go back to 2 minutes, relax for a minute, go back to 2 minutes. It could be either observing the breath or chanting. And if you do it on a regular basis, you will notice that your attention will improve with time. So I encourage that. So what we're going to do now, I am going to actually read a chapter from this book that we've been reading called Comfortable with Uncertainty by Pema Chodron. Is the book. And we've gotten to chapter 13. Actually, last week we read the chapter about suffering. And this chapter is kind of like a continuation. You know, last week we showed that we all suffer in some way. And I want to just clarify that suffering doesn't mean a very profound, painful suffering. Suffering could be something that could include being irritated, being dissatisfied, being stressed. All of these are forms of suffering. Maybe some, are less at a lesser degree, but it just shows that we are totally dissatisfied, or that we are really in very profound pain. And this week, Pema Chodron is going to talk about the Four Noble Truths, and she has a chapter called Weather and the Four Noble Truths. The Four Noble Truths were the truths that the first Buddha gave as a way to end our suffering. So it says here, and she gives the metaphor of weather, which is, I think, kind of appropriate at this time, since we are experiencing a lot of climate change, and we all are kind of suffering through this heat wave. But of course, it's a more milder metaphor. Okay. In the Buddha's first teaching, called the Four Noble Truths, he talked about suffering. The first noble truth says that it's part of being human to feel discomfort. Nothing in its essence is one way or the other. All around us, the wind, the fire, the earth, the water, are ways of taking on different qualities. They're like magicians. We always change like the weather. We ebb and flow like the tides. We wax and wane like the moon. We fail to see the light, to see that, like the weather, we are fluid, not solid, and so we suffer. The second noble truth says that resistance is the fundamental operating mechanism of what we call ego. That resisting life causes suffering. Traditionally, it says that the cause of suffering is clinging to our noble view, to our narrow view, which is to say that we are addicted to me. We resist that we change and flow like the weather, that we have the same energy of all living beings, all living things. When we resist, we dig in our heels. We make ourselves really solid. Resisting is what we call ego. The third noble truth says that suffering ceases when we let go of trying to maintain the huge me at any cost. This is what we practice in meditation. When we let go of the thinking and the storyline, we are left just sitting with the quality and the energy of whatever particular weather we've been trying to resist. The essence of the fourth noble truth is that we can use everything we do to help us to realize that we're part of the energy that creates everything. If we learn to sit like a mountain in a hurricane, unprotected from the truth and vividness and the immediacy of simply being a part of life, then we are not this separate being who has to have things turn out our way. Then we stop resisting and let the weather simply flow through us. We can live our lives completely. It's up to us. So it's interesting to see if we just not resist. If we not resist the weather, if we not resist the circumstances that we want to cling to feel that we are safe and secure and happy, if we just kind of let that go and go with the flow, then we can start to eliminate this suffering. So would you like to make any comments?
I'd first wonder if anybody has any observations they want to share from either online or present. Where I would go with this is actually looking at the microscopic instruction with respect to meditation of just when thoughts arise, just let them be, and just you can identify them as thinking. I think that many of us get into tugs of war with our thoughts. We may not like our thoughts. We may have either clinging to happy thoughts or aversion to difficult thoughts or persistent thoughts. And just sort of noticing a process of thought as thinking, and not, as she says, getting into the story of the thought, but just noticing it's a process, that thoughts occur. We notice it's thinking, and we let it have its own impermanence. That in itself is allowing the weather to just be the weather. It's a big change to neither hop on the thoughts like, oh yeah, I have to go shopping at Kroger's this afternoon and I have to buy some milk and the kids need some ice cream. And we're just off and away. And so we dive into something, or, oh my God, I don't want to think about Monday, it's the work day again and I have to go to work and I have this important report to do, I can't stand it. And we start fighting the thought. But what if we just notice this thought is arising, I have to go to work on Monday. Thinking. We just let it pass. It's a very different stance. And from there, we may become more flexible with the causes and conditions that occur in our lives. It's just an invitation. Anything come up in response to what I just shared? If not, we can return to the meditation.
Okay, I suppose we can start with our closing meditation. Later on, I'll read the coming events and talk a little bit more. So let us begin again. We're going to notice our 3 pillars one more time. We're going to notice how our seat contacts the cushion, our chair, the support of the earth itself. From the very center of the earth on up, we have a support. We feel that we can relax, be at ease. We notice the support of our skeletal structure, our spine. Our spine is straight, but comfortable in its natural S position, we can now relax all the muscles of our body. Slightly open your mouth. You can keep your eyes open if you like, and just relax in a very relaxed way. And then just be aware that there is a central channel running down close to your spine. There's an energy center right in the belly area, and the energy flows freely through the central channel up to the top of the head. And just know that this will give you the support you need to be relaxed, at ease. Relax your body, relax your mind. And now let's just pay attention to the breath as it goes in and out. You can visualize the breath going to the belly, going up through the nostrils or up to the top of the head. And then when you notice a thought, just let it go. Just let it dissipate. Say thinking, thinking, and let it go. Now let us do the home practice one more time. Each one of us will chant home at their own pace, chant it loud, so that you can feel that vibration going through your body. And those that are on the distance can unmute if you like. How does your body feel? How does your mind feel? Relax in that feeling. Go back to the breath. Observe the breath. Okay, so we're going to read the names that are in the Book of Names. Does everyone? Okay. Take it to Shane. Okay. Let's wait until Shane gets all the names of the people that are on Zoom. I hope you put the names in the chat, and Shane will be writing down those names. In the meantime, let me just announce some of our coming events. There's a flyer in the back for those that are here that is announcing the program that we're going to start on September, I think it's September 17th. Oh, September 5th?
What was it, the first and third Tuesdays?
No, not the first. This is for the introduction into Buddhism in India and Tibet. And Lama Namgyal Dorje will be here at 10:30, right? Every Sunday, starting on September 17th, to give a half-hour teaching on Buddhism. And this is very good for people that are new to Buddhism. If you'd like to hear the history or how Buddhism arose in India and in Tibet, please be with us. And I think Lama Rixin will also take part in it sometimes. And so it will be until what date does it end? Through October. Yeah, it will go through October. So please take part in this. It's a good opportunity. Then starting in September, We will have in-person programming for Teaching Tuesdays in a location close to here. It is at Baptist Covenant Church, which is actually just a few blocks down from here, right? I don't know the exact address, but you can get information on our website. And this will start on September 5th through December 5th. And it's the series is called Awaken Heart. What's love got to do with it? So it's all about love and how this is expressed in Tibetan Buddhism. And we will have a 3-week series starting September 26th through October 24th, titled Buddhist Mindfulness, Attention, and the True You. So anyone that is interested in developing what's called mindfulness, please feel free to come. Will this also will be just online or
No, it's going to be
also in person?
Virtual, but we're going to meet at the Baptist Church.
Okay, it will be virtual, but we're meeting at the Baptist Church, so it's a great opportunity to come in person, and I'm sure you will benefit very much from this. It's going to be given by Claire Villarreal, which is one of our instructors here at Down Mountain. She currently lives in Canada. She lived here in Houston for quite a while, but she does give her teachings to us either here in Houston or from wherever she is. So I'd like to also remind you that you can subscribe to our newsletter and follow us on Facebook or Instagram. We broadcast all our programming, but we also value in-person instructors and encourage those of you in Houston to join us for Sunday meditation in person and Teaching Tuesdays and Tuesday programs during September and October. Okay, so now let us just do, let us just read the Book of Names first. So this practice that we did today, we dedicate to everyone that's here, but also to all beings, and especially to Alberto, Jackie, Orlando, Linda, Nick, and Amy, Simone, Deborah Usri, Owen Kenny and Bardo, Maui residents, Emma, Leonard, Rosalina, Linda, Dirk, Sarah, all beings suffering due to climate change, Poppy, Krisa, Despina, Eleftheria, Lasona, Mano, Melina, all homeless people, Ukraine and Russian citizens. So let us now do our closing prayer. First prayer we always do is the sharing the merit dedication. It's on the group practice prayer where it says dedication. By this good may I swiftly once become a great guru, lead all beings, everyone, to reach to that very ground. And the blessing, you like this? Let's do the blessing. With all of you in line, we light this lamp of clarity. May the glow of love, wisdom, shine within us, everyone, till we all rise forth born in one enlightened land of love. We'd also do at the end, we like to do what we call the awe practice. And since we have a bit of time today, let's do 3 R's. Every time we do Ah, we're going to visualize something. And Ah is another sacred syllable in Tibetan Buddhism. And I believe one of the significance of it is it represents absolute reality that is expansive, vast. And so as we chant on, we want to just kind of expand a little bit more each time. So the first time we chant on, we're going to visualize a white orb around the heart area of our body. The white orb contains everything, all the good merit we've accumulated, all the blessings, everything good that we have to give. And as we chant Ah, we're going to visualize this white orb, or this white light, spreading throughout our body. And all the cells in our body will be filled with white light. Now, we're going to chant Ah one more time. And we want to spread this white light that is within us to each person that is here present, each person that is on Zoom or on YouTube. All of us will receive white light from each other, and all of us will send white light to each other. Now, we will visualize the white light that we have here amongst ourselves in this space. Visualize the white light going throughout the country, throughout the city, the country, the world, and going even throughout all the universe, everywhere where there is living beings. We will send our white light to all beings everywhere. Thank you. Now, I'd like to just mention, before we go, I'd like to mention the fact that everything that we do here at Dawn Mountain, all the programs we're able to give and everything that we're able to accomplish in spreading our Dharma to curious people everywhere, we do because of the generosity of all of us that come here. So in the back of this room, we have a box where you can leave a donation. And if you are on Zoom, you can go to our website, leave a donation. And these donations really is the energy that gives us, builds our foundation and gives us the purpose to continue to give everything that we give. We also have at the back, there is a card, a Q code that you can use if you want to give through your cell phone. And we'd like to thank all of you for coming here today. And we also we like to have everyone stay and just socialize a little bit. And so Please feel free to stay a while. So thank you once more for being with us.
Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Shane.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you, Wendy.
Yeah, thank you, Marcia. Were you at the Tara retreat yesterday?
I was. I did make it in. Thank you. Hi, Poppy. Hi, Quinn, Neil. And I can't see your name on the bottom.
Michael.
Michael. Hi, Michael. Have a good day, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Good Sunday, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Have a good week.
Okay.